Hello guys, welcome. And today I will tell you another cool story. This story is told from the perspective of a 12-year-old boy called Himu who lives in a village and his uncle is about to get married. His uncle being, his father's younger brother, gets his marriage fixed or about to be fixed with a girl from another village some 40 kilometers away from theirs. And before the both could get married, Himu's family thought that maybe we should meet the girl's parents and just get everything prepared. So the girl's father actually sends a taxi for Himu and his family so that they could come all the way to their village and they can discuss everything further. Himu's family was very much impressed by that. However, once Himu and his family sat into the taxi, the driver told them that I am instructed to not stop at any point in our journey. Himu's father objected. He said that, well, no, there's going to be a couple of shops that we will pass by, and I think we should buy something, some gift for the girl or her family, because we're meeting them for the first time. The driver said nope, strict instructions from the girl's father to not stop anywhere. Himu's father tried objecting, but to no avail. Said fair enough. They reached the girl's village. They met the girl and her family, and everything seemed nice people, nice conversation. But Himu's father did mention that while we were coming here, thank you for sending a taxi for us, but the taxi driver, for whatever reason, would not stop at all, and it feels very awkward that we came here without bringing anything because, it's customary. Himu's father said that I had to give him that instruction for a reason. Himu's father asked, what was the reason? The girl's father said that, well, you see the road through which you came to our place? In our village, there is a belief that it is haunted and it is risky to go through that road. So we wanted to make sure that you will not face any problem by stopping there and, doing whatever. Himu's father wanted to say something more, but his younger brother, who was going to be the groom-to-be, said that, come on, Dad, come on, brother, let's not interrupt them, fine, we're not going to be here all the time. I like the girl, let's get married, and then the girl is just going to move back with us anyway. Himu's father said, fair enough. So the marriage is planned, it's decided upon, a date is fixed, and on that date, Himu and his family, they book 2 buses so that the groom, his family, and all the relatives can go to the bride's place where they're going to have like a proper function and wedding ceremony and all that. But the bride's father had said that the path that you came through is the north of our village. The only reason we brought you through that path was because it was the quickest way. So we would request you to come from the western path from our village. That is safe. Himu's father again tried to interject, but I guess his younger brother was really desperate to get married. So Himu's father said fine, and the bus started going through the northern part. The first bus had the groom, his elder brother Himu, his wife, and some other relatives, while the second bus had Himu himself, his grandfather, and some other relatives, So they both were going through the northern path to the bride's place. But the second bus in which Himu and his grandfather was, it decided to get it stopped on the road. I think it was because the tire was punctured or something. And Hemu's grandfather said, that's fine. It's more important for the groom to reach there on time than us. So the bus driver started fixing the tire, and as he was fixing the tire, Hemu noticed that the sky was getting dark and cloudy, and he told his grandfather that it seems like it's gonna rain. Grandfather said it shouldn't rain actually, because there's no weather forecast that says that it will rain. It was actually in the middle of a summer. But anyway, the tire got fixed and they made their way forward. Now the thing is that in the northern part there comes like a downward slope, and you would have to go through the road, and then there is an upward slope. And as they were going forward and forward and forward, the rain started becoming more and more and more and more intense. And because of all that rain, that slopey part of the road got filled with water. The bus driver said that, look, if I drive through this, the bus is going to get submerged and the engine will fail. So we have to find another way. The grandfather said, Hemu, you went there, right? With your chacha, with your uncle. Which path did you guys take? So Hemu said, well, we took the western path, but I don't think we should go through that path. Grandfather said, if not through there, then how else would we reach? Hemu said, yeah, but I was told, or should I say the whole family was told, that that path is cursed, so it's not safe to go through there. The grandfather just rubbished that idea and said, that's nonsense, no such thing as a cursed road. And they decided to go through the western road. As they were going through the western road, Hemu just kept praying that please, 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 God, make sure that the bus does not stop on the path, this and that. But the grandfather was feeling a little uneasy, and he wanted to go to pee. So he told the bus driver, hey, can you stop the bus for a moment? I have to take a piss. Hemu said, no, we're not supposed to stop the bus on this road. But grandfather was having none of it. He made the bus to stop, and he went out. He saw a big banyan tree. He went behind it to take a leak. A couple of minutes passed, and Hemu thought that maybe I should check up on my grandpa. Which he decided to do by stepping out of the bus and running towards the banyan tree. And he was like, my grandfather is probably behind the banyan tree so that nobody can see him. So Hemu went behind the banyan tree, and he saw that his grandfather was not there. So he turned around back to the bus. He ran towards the bus to tell the people that the grandfather has vanished. But as he reached inside the bus, he finds the bus to be empty. He's like, did everybody decide to go to take a pee? And his heart sank. He was unsure what he should do. But then he thought that maybe I should wait inside the bus. Maybe everyone will come back eventually. So he sat inside the bus, and suddenly the doors of the bus decided to shut. He ran towards the door to try to open it, but it would not open. And a few seconds later, the bus was moving by itself. And now Hemu was starting to get teary-eyed. The bus was driving by itself, the steering was moving on its own, the gear stick was wiggling all on its own, and the bus was going in left and right. It was going zigzag, 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 and Hemu was just straight up crying. And as the bus was moving on its own zigzag, Hemu noticed that the windows were surrounded by a swarm of crows. Crows were flying outside and going caw, 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 just making that sound. And the sound was becoming deafening, it was becoming loud. Hemu could not tolerate it. So he decided to go try to break the window or something to jump out of the bus. But as he was trying to do that, he heard a voice said, "Hey there, stop now, you don't need to do that." Hemu turned around, and what he saw was the face of his grandfather, but with the body of an enlarged crow. Hemu literally jumped, seeing that sight, and said, "Grandpa, you became a crow?" Grandpa said, "Yes, and it's the greatest feeling ever. Now come on, let me embrace you so that we both can become crows and fly our way away from this world." And the crow began to slowly move closer and closer to Hemu. Hemu panicked. He decided to jump into the driver's seat, trying to force his way to control the bus, but obviously he was a small kid and buses are not easy to handle. So he turned the bus a little too much and it decided to crash against a pole. And then the bus caught fire and it exploded. Boom! And just as it exploded, Hemu's eyes opened. And he saw his grandfather looking at him like, "How much are you going to sleep? Come on, we've reached at the wedding place. Get up." Hemu was confused for a while. And then he asked, "I was dreaming." Grandpa said, "Well, you were sleeping throughout the entire journey, so I guess yes, you were." And then Hemu said, "Oh, I had a very scary dreams." And the grandfather said, "Well, that's probably because you believed into that nonsense that the road was cursed or whatever." And then he asked, "When did I fall asleep?" Grandfather said, "Probably waiting for me to come back after peeing. But you know, at this age, it becomes a little harder to pee quickly." And then they both got out of the bus. They attended the wedding. The wedding reception went great and fine and perfect. And then they decided to come back to their own village, safe and sound, through that western road. And it was a long and tiring day. Hemu decided to jump on his bed and try to sleep, which was very easy. But as he was trying to sleep, he felt something trying to gnaw at his cheek. He opened his eye and he saw Crow, which was like his grandfather, laughing at him. So that is going to be the story, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Good night.